That's the weirdest snow I've ever felt, folks. It's like, it's just a million different balls. Look at that. That is weird. It snowed about 3 inches last night. And it's still snowing. Hello, what's cracking, mother truckers around the world? Outlaw back here again. Oh, bro, law behind the camera as usual. Got him out here on this snow day to help me out because, well, today would be a perfect day to drink a little bit of brown water. But it's 9 in the morning, so we're gonna do a little bit of work instead. Try to be productive today. And that's kind of what this vid is about. Let's just show y'all what we have to freaking do. This makes me freaking sick. Yep. That's a lot of parts. We've been working on a lot of projects. This guy, we still gotta work on that one. I did a lot of cleaning yesterday, and this is the one project that's been sitting here for over a month that I need to get done. I finally got the cable system and everything in for the rep power rack. My life's been freaking giving me crap. I would love to go work out again, but all your truck crap is everywhere. And well, let's just say, ever since the beginning of the year, I haven't even freaking touched a weight. So this was on back order for, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. And last month finally freaking came in. So it's gonna be a lot of work. We got some YouTube videos to watch. Hopefully won't break our backs too bad. So, it is January 31st as I'm filming this video right now, which means we are officially 1 month in to 2025. Now, most people, some of you guys out there, might have made some New Year's resolutions, right? I've never been one to do that. I'm always like, oh, my life's fine, my life's great. I don't need to make a resolution this year. When in reality, we can all make our lives better, right? So, this year I've been focusing on a term. Raw dog reality. We'll talk about that more in a bit. I think Brolaw needs help. Before we get started though, Brolaw, this is for you. I got a pouch of snacks for you, bud. Okay? I know we're gonna be out here for 6-7 hours. Now I know this is a video about bettering yourself, but tomorrow. Sweet, spicy chili. Oh, gummies. Come on, benefits of having kids, son. Oh, fig bars. Blueberry, more gummies, some toast cheese crackers. Oh, my favorite, cream cheese and chives. Son. And then one more spicy chili Doritos. There you go, son. And Miss Outlaw is going to be making us up some turkey and Munster sandwiches in a bit. So, yeah, dude. We're going to have to use this sumbitch whenever it's up, you know what I'm saying? In the age of social media, it's easy to get lost in a fake world of perception. The perception of people's lives that we see on social media have a big impact on your own life, and you don't even realize it. You see someone who you envy, and they have something you covet. You tend to start making life decisions to change yourself to be more like them, or acquire what they have because it triggers dopamine in your system. I gotta have that four-wheeler. I gotta have that boat. Oh, if I only had that truck, my life would be complete. Social media algorithms only cater to something that you're interested in, and they feed you anytime you're hungry. So every single time you scroll, it's a constant dopamine hit. And we all know dopamine is addictive. All right, guys, man, we are freaking rolling. It definitely helped. Last night, I took everything out of the boxes, and then this morning we took everything out of the package and laid it out. That has been a lifesaver for sure. So we got our guide rods in here for our weight stacks in the back, at least just one of the weight stacks. This is the most annoying part, is we're going to put all of the weight, doesn't matter which way they go. Yeah, they're both the same, I'm assuming. So we're literally just gonna do this, slide each sucker on. Only 180 more to go, right? For being 12 degrees out, I'm getting pretty freaking hot. Here, what do you think about this mullet, man? Ooh, that smells good, dude. That smells like Garnier Fresh, Citrus Fresh. That's what I use, man. That's what my wife has. It's looking freaking Joe Diffie style, son. Just needs to be a little bit longer. It's coming. That it? Yeah. All right. That's a fat stack, son. This isn't even the upgraded stack. The upgraded stack, I think, comes with like 10 more weights, but you know, I'm just a little weak boy still, so just a basic stack. The craziest thing about this is when we put the cables through, there's a million different freaking cables and pulleys, and it's like some weird freaking maze, so I reckon that's gonna be the hardest part. But then also, we had to loosen, you know, I already had this rack completely built, but I had to loosen everything to be able to get everything back on, so we're gonna have to do a lot of tightening at the end too, but it looks like we're getting pretty gosh dang close. Uh-oh. The gaskets under here? You put something on top of
rubber thing, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I got those on there.
Whew, just making sure. I was about to say, a lot of weight to take right back off. Shit. Dude, I was just about to say we're getting close, but we still have a shit ton to do. So every night, after we got the kids to bed, I would find myself scrolling on my freaking phone until I was tired enough to sleep. So once I finally admitted that I had a problem, because it is a freaking problem, even though everybody else in the world is doing it, it doesn't mean it ain't a problem, it's a problem. I decided to put down my phone and pick up a book instead. Now, when you're talking about books, you know, especially when you're talking about something kind of motivational like this, which it's not trying to just come off this way, I'm just trying to tell you guys where I'm at in my life and a thing in my life that I'm trying to change to maybe it will help you if you're in a similar position in your life. I personally don't like to read, well, sometimes I do, but in this instance, I don't like to read nonfiction books because I feel like nonfiction books like motivational or self-help books, those books try to get you to change something about yourself, and it's in all of our nature to try to change everything about your life all at once. And that, me personally, it burns me out. And then I go back to doing what I was doing before. And so that's why I read fiction. Right now I'm reading this Louis L'Amour, Sitka, which I love Louis L'Amour. I actually have a collection of almost 100 of his books because I got addicted to him when I lived up in Alaska and I was a fisherman on a fishing boat. We didn't have TV. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have service on our phones or anything like that. This was kind of before social media blew up and everything too. And all we had was books to keep us entertained. And so the little general store at one of these ports in Port Moller, Alaska, over by False Pass, they had a stack of free Louis L'Amour books that basically you just take one and then when you're done reading it, you put it back. So that's what I did. And I read 4 or 5 different books up there in a summer. And most of his longer ones. Another one, if you guys want to get into Louis L'Amour, this one's a good one. I'm halfway through this one. But another one is, I'm blanking on the freaking name right now. Gosh dang it, what is wrong with me? Last of the Breed. I just had to use my freaking internet to look that some dick up. That's one good thing about the internet, right? So Last of the Breed is another one that's really good. But anyways, you know, we go on social media to escape reality, right? But if we're on social media, sometimes that becomes a part of our reality. And I want to escape reality in a good way with a good story like this, you know? And so this kind of helps me mask all the BS that social media gives you that's not good for your life. Let's see how fast we can do this. We just did the other side. Wasn't too bad as far as the cable goes, so let's see if we can freaking do this again. So I'm not proud of this next part, obviously, but speaking of dopamine hits, the past few years, I've been hitting the weed hard, okay? I started out with gummies every night. I wouldn't do it all throughout the day or anything like that, but I started out with gummies hard at night, and then I went to a pen because it would just hit faster. The flower every once in a while, and you know, it became a problem for me. I was, every single night, I did this for years. I mean, I'm talking probably the past 8 years. And just recently, I realized that I had an issue. And it all started to make sense. And what I kind of realized was doing that every single night it was draining my dopamine. You know, we all have a dopamine pool, right? And the weed was draining my dopamine pool every single night. It's no freaking wonder I had no motivation to do anything, because from motivation, you know, you get motivation from having dopamine hits of doing things that make you feel good, or doing things that you can conquer and you can be successful at. That gives you the dopamine hit of like, hey, I did this myself. I did it. I'm successful now. You know what I mean? Well, if you're constantly draining your dopamine system every single night, you're obviously not going to have motivation anymore. And that's where it hit for me. No pun intended. So when I look back on my life about 8 years ago, before I was smoking weed and constantly scrolling social media, seeing what was up in the world, before that is when I was the most motivated and honestly the most happy. There you have it. I have my New Year's resolution. It's a lot of things at once, but quitting those things and leaving them behind because they're not doing anything to better my life at all. What the hell's going on with my frickin' hair? Holy dick, dude, looking like Jimmy Neutron in here. Listen, if I'm to envy anything, I envy the way I felt back then. The motivation I had and the happiness that I had. And so, how's it going? It's been a little bit of a, about a month in now, and it's going good. And I feel a big change. It was definitely hard the first couple weeks. I feel like, and I'll get real honest with you guys, okay? Because I've never talked about this before, but I have night terrors really bad, okay? I've always had them ever since I was a kid. I've always been a sleep talker. Ask any of my YouTube buddies that I've collaborated with, that I've like stayed with and fished overnight or hunted overnight with. They all know I was a big sleep talker. I'd get up and sleepwalk and talk and yell and scream, and it got to a point where I had really bad tears where I felt like the house was collapsing in on me. I felt like somebody was coming in the house to steal my children, things like that. Weed helped that, okay? It helped me suppress that. I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't know. I went to a couple different people, and some people told me, not doctors, but they said, maybe the marijuana will help you with that, and it did. But what it also, and that's just doing it before bed, but what it also did is I didn't dream anymore, and I definitely felt different. I always felt groggy when I woke up. It took me a long time to get started into the next day. I always kind of felt like crap. Motivation got lost. So there's a balance, right? Now, the night terrors haven't been happening, and I don't know if it's, maybe I'm getting older now. I'm a lot more tired at the end of the day because I have children. I have children. I'm doing a lot more, Maybe that's why. So it hasn't been a big issue yet, but maybe that's something you guys can comment. If you guys have night terrors or something like that, and you know of another way besides the marijuana, you guys let me know in the comments below. But that's one reason I got into it. But that's been going well too. So the night terrors have not been happening. My wife hasn't been. My wife. I gotta love her because she's dealt with some crazy ones over the years. But those have been subsided for now, and things are looking up. Things are looking up. I feel more happy. I feel more motivated, and I feel clarity. You know what I mean? I've been staying off social media. And I'm not saying that social media is bad. I'm not saying that like going on YouTube and watching videos is bad. I'm not as a YouTuber, like, guys, just stop watching YouTube as a YouTuber. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, there's a balance to everything in life, and I'm finding that balance right now, and it feels good. At the end of the day, I just didn't want to give myself an excuse to mask reality with a vice. Whew. The rack is officially tightened all the way. Now we're just double checking all the other stuff. Pulley's good. So the rack's solid. And now it's just the lipstick, so face plates and accessories. Whew! Killing it, man. I thought it was I told him at the beginning, I said, I think this is gonna take 6 to 8 hours. And we're only at like 4 hours, bro. Killing it. Oh, whoop. Oh shit, watch out, guys. Golly, get out of Brolaw's way. I think it was literally focused on you the entire time, bro.
Was it?
You son of a bitch! All right, weight stacks are, oh, he can't get it. Just, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
I'm trying.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. See those numbers? Yeah, did that. I'm trying to be more aware. I'm trying to live in the moment. Trying. As easy as that sounds, it's one of the hardest things to do. It's something that we all struggle with. We don't want to pay attention to the challenges that we have in front of us. We don't want to pay attention to the hole that we might have dug ourselves into because it's hard. It's much, much easier to mask that reality with vices such as weed, alcohol, social media, etc., you know? And there comes a point where it starts to bleed into aspects of your life, like watching your kids grow up, or trying to get ahead in your job, or trying to be better in your relationship. But if you dive deep into every single person in this world, I guarantee you will find that they are masking some part of their reality with some type of vice. Outlaw, right? Life should be beautiful. So you should be able to see it with a full set of eyes. And it doesn't hurt to have your dopamine tank full too, so that you can actually enjoy facing reality. Also, it doesn't hurt to stay in shape too. Oh boy, I've fallen off a little bit there too. And just like that, folks, it is all set up. Whew, that's a lot of parts, man. So I just put everything on here to get it cleaned up. I got the bar and everything, but all the pulleys and everything are good. Get all the attachments on, weight stacks, covers, everything is done. Even put this freaking leg deal on the back of the bench, which I don't even know if I did that right, but holy, that was a lot of freaking work, man. But it's done. Look at that. Sometimes you just got to do a little work to feel freaking good, man. That's what it's all about. This has been sitting over here for a month, and all these freaking projects I've had, I finally was able to get to it today. Perfect snow day to do it. So now I can move on to other projects to finish up these guys. But yeah, man, she is Gucci. Wow. Now I need to freaking call Fatboy. Now that all the hard work's done, I got to call Fatboy and be like, hey man, you want to freaking lose some weight? I need to charge that some dick a freaking gym membership. Let me know in the comments below how much I need to charge him a month. I mean, Planet Fitness is at least 10 bucks a month. And I mean, this has a legit squat rack, which Planet Fitness doesn't have. So I'm thinking like 12. This thing looks great, man. I'm ready to get to work. Now, little update for the end here. A lot of you guys were watching me work out on the other channel, me and Fatboy, or excuse me, Fatboy and I, trying to get my grammar correct in 2025 too. Fatboy and I were working out. Now, my goal was to get to 200 pounds, and actually in that bulk, I got to 195 pounds. And I ate myself until I was sick, and I learned a lot about myself. And I learned that I'm actually very lactose intolerant. I've always kind of figured that. I've never drank milk because when I drank milk as a kid, it would hurt my stomach so bad. It would just like turn in my stomach and it killed me, you know what I mean? But I never really paid attention to it because I'm always one of those guys that like, oh, nothing's wrong with me. Like I could have something sincerely wrong with me. And I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. Like it'll go away in a couple days. Which now getting older, I'm realizing that's not the best way to look at things. So found out I was lactose intolerant, especially with drinking all of the freaking whey I was drinking, the milk, all the what do you call it? Not the lactose, but the gosh dang dairy. Oh my goodness, the freaking dairy was killing me. Dairy's a great way to freaking gain a bunch of weight all at once, but it was not sitting well with me, okay? So I learned that, and well, I'm not doing that anymore. So I got up to 195, and right now, just by trying to eat better the past month, I'm already back down to 180. What the frick, man? Listen, man, I'm not a giant guy. I'm 5'10", 180 pounds right now. But to be honest, like if I want to be like fit, I've gotten myself down to like 155 shredded. So I don't know where I'm supposed to be. All I know is at like 160 pounds, 155 pounds, I feel healthy, you know what I mean? So I'm 180 pounds right now and I got a little gut, so I got some work to do. I just spit some of my breakfast on the camera. Apologize for that. Hold on. Now that this guy's set up, I can get back out here to the barn and get myself in shape. That's another goal as well. So I'm happy this is done. Holy smokes. It looks freaking good though, don't it? I mean, the weight stack I mean, we basically have all of Planet Fitness all in one spot right here. We have all the attachments and everything too, which is great. There's my yoga mat. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to stay healthy physically and mentally. That's my goal for this year. And yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. My name's Outlaw, and I'm out, y'all.